recording was.
So the recording has just started.
No, yeah, I forgot again about the program. I didn't want to record the first part.
All right. So we may proceed with the 10 minutes to 15-minute feedback about this morning's demo lessons, and then we continue on with the important presentation regarding promoting your business as a profile as a tutor online. So, Mr. Abdelouahed, you have the floor to set.
No, the floor is for everyone, guys. The floor is for everyone, right? Maybe so maybe my message is the one that I have transferred through the video, as I said before. Right. With kids, no more, right? Grammar explanations and so on. Just give idea, interaction, notion of interaction, gamification, the communication and language use. And of course, if it's adult learners, it's okay to introduce the rule, explain, and so on. No harm. Right?
So I'll just give an overview from this morning. As I was there observing the two participants, Mr. Muad and afterwards Mr. Mohammed, the first lesson was about jobs. It was interactive. Students were interacting, were answering the questions, were looking at the pictures. Times they were laughing, so it was fun, right? It was engaging. Also, Mr. Mohammed has successfully done the same thing. There was this interaction, this engagement. Though, as Mr. Abdelouahed has mentioned, there should be no focus on rules per se, but rather this kind of like interaction, this kind of like engaging the students with the grammar or with the lesson as a whole at first, by providing examples, by asking them very simple questions that lead them to the structure of what the intended lesson. There is this website called the Teaching or Movie Segment to Assess Grammar Goals. It is a very good website where you teach grammar through videos. You provide a video segment from a movie, from a cartoon that targets that grammar rule that you want to teach, and then the students could just figure out the rule by themselves and then ask questions about it and then do exercises afterwards. So grammar should be fun, as Mr. Abdelouahed has mentioned earlier on, and the video with his kids. I leave the floor to any participants who would like to give suggestions, observations, probably feedback. Would you please share the link to the site? Yes.
Hi. Shall I start? Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you the talk right away, Ms. Rashida. Okay, Mr. Aziz, I will share with you the link.
Please,
everyone.
Please share with us the link before.
I will share the link.
Thank you.
But I want to, Mr. Abdelouahed, would you please?
Actually, I'm looking for the link. What's the domain name?
All right. So it's called movie segments to assess grammar goals.
Movie segments, great.
Blogspot.com. This one is a very old website. I used to use it back when I was teaching at the
grammar goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should always. It helps you make grammar fun instead of just giving them the rule, etc. I'm going to share the link with you, everyone. But once you click on loading the link, once you see pictures showing on your website, stop the loading, because the website probably was put down by someone or whatever. It was shared by Mr.
Look, verify if it's the right link.
I think. I share with you the link.
It sounds like a block, right?
There you go. It is a long link. Let's see if I have here. So
movie segments.
Enable my screen sharing, Mr. Abdelouahed?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I just showed you quickly how to use that website.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, everyone, could you see the website here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, good. So once you have this link there, you click load. It loads. Stop it right away. Once you see this, stop it. Because if you don't stop it, it's going to go down. People probably, or educators, private ones, have put down this website for very specific reasons, because it provides different, for example, here to teach enough and to, there you have this movie home. You're going to use it as a part of the movie, 20 seconds or 30 seconds from the movie that targets that specific grammar rule. And then the students watch the video segment, interact with it, and then you give them exercises accordingly, worksheets that are related to that video segment. There are hundreds here. So you just look for the specific lesson here. If you could see, there is search this blog. So let's say, for example, past simple. That's an example. Search. Again, once it loads, you stop it right here. And then you go down, you have simple past, past perfect. You could teach it through this movie here. Another one, of course, there are plenty. So you just choose the one that suits your needs. This is just a brief introduction to this. I'll give the floor to Ms. Rashida because she probably has some observations from this morning and notes. Go ahead, Ms. Rashida. Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, first, I'd like to thank both Mr. Mouad and Mr. Mohammed for taking the initiative to teach online. I do believe that teaching a class without having a clear idea about the needs of the students is really a big challenge. So hats off for both of you. Something else I want to add is that we are here to help each other to enhance and boost our teaching skills, okay? So let us start with Mr. Mouad. First, okay, let us talk about the good things about your morning lesson. First, okay, you had a good students interaction with your students. Also, there was clear instructions or given instruction. Okay, I want just to talk, okay, starting with the game. Okay, I'm going step by step. So concerning the game, if only you had used a plastic fish and some water, since you are home, so we are not in the classroom, so you can use those things online since we are teaching from home. The second thing to talk about, you started asking your class about the job. Okay, you said, I'm a teacher. Do you know any other jobs? Names, mainly that they are kids. So they were a little bit, this kind of questions were a little challenging for them. So if this was the case, why didn't you use the song at the beginning? I think I still remember that you ended your lesson with a song. The song, if only you use it at the beginning, it could be so helpful. Moreover, as an advice, try next time to provide jobs pictures that are related to the song itself, because I noticed that you skipped some jobs, and at the end of this song, you asked the kids to add other jobs while singing. So if this is the case, why not try to find pictures that are related to this song, okay? No more without adding other jobs that aren't included in the song. When you start, okay, at first time when you started showing pictures, you showed the picture, and I think it was a taxi driver, and then you showed the name of the picture. So it was picture and the name of the job, taxi driver. So it was great at the beginning, but later on, when you showed the second picture, you focused only on showing the job. So what's this? This is, I don't know, mechanic. Then you skipped without showing the name of the jobs. I think that kids, they learn by, okay, what to be called, they observe. So you showed, for instance, let us take the picture of the taxi driver. So I can see that this is a taxi driver, and under the taxi driver, there is the name of the job. So there is this connection between the picture and the name. And this is how we learn, okay? Okay, something else. Yeah. If I were you, I would show the picture first and then the name of for the kids to make the connection between the pictures and the name. And then I would try something else, which is the spelling. of the words for them. Let us take, for example, the job doctor. Doctor. So I'm going to repeat the word for the kids. Doctor. How do we spell doctor? It is D-O-C-T-O-R. Doctor. Then here you can practice both memorization and the spelling with the students. Why? Because later on, when you reach what we call the practice phase with the unscramble, when you use the unscramble task, you asked them, so that was a very good task. I like it a lot. Still, if you had practiced the spelling before with the kids, the students wouldn't have any difficulties because they didn't understand the task and still they couldn't make or in order the letters. But if you practiced earlier the spelling, it would be easier for them. Something else, okay, I'm sorry, I took a lot of notes. So something else, when you said, okay, you focus on drilling. Drilling, it is like group drilling. You said 1, 2, 3, repeat. And I can, okay, this, the girl who was alone, and it's from Saudi Arabia, she made a lot of mistakes, okay, spelling some words. I prefer, since they are only for students, it's really good to make them repeat the words one by one. Okay, so I think that's all for Mr. Muad. Okay, are we going to take them one by one? So finish with Mr. Muad and then move to Mr. Mohammed? So I think it's better.
Yeah, sure. You could just give a few remarks about Mr. Mohammed's demo lesson, and we could move on to other participants probably.
Yes, okay, that's all. And thanks a lot, Mr. Muad. Thanks a lot.
Very nice. Thank you, Ms. Rashida, for your remarks. Very good observation. I'm sure you've really taken time to note down some very important notes and some very important points that you have raised. So Ms. Rashida, in brief, has summarized or given her notes regarding Mr. Muad's demo lesson, which she suggested that it would have been, if she was to give the demo lesson, she would have started with the video that was presented by Mr. Muad by the end of this demo lesson, and then she would move on with the rest of the demo lesson. All right, so it's good to interact with the students at first, providing a video, a song, text, whatever, something they could, where there are no rules, where there are no things that are linked to grammar. So they just see something that is fun. And from that, probably it could be a video, it could be a song, it could be a text, a paragraph, whatever. So when they see that, they read it, they repeat it, etc., they do it again, they read the content, and afterwards, we could probably show the picture or ask them what was this text about, what was the video about, was about jobs. All right, so what is the first job, second job? Very nice. You repeat with them, and then the lesson goes on. The lesson goes on until they find out that, all right, we were actually learning about jobs. So instead of, yeah, okay, Mr. Rashida, thank you for your intervention. Any other participants? I've seen one of you guys raise his hand earlier on. I think it was Mr. Aziz or someone else.
It was me. Thank you so much, Mr. Taoufik.
Yeah, Mr. Samir. Yeah, I did not have you here on the list probably. So you could go ahead, Mr. Samir, and give your remarks. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. First of all, I would say to Mr. Abdelouahed, thank you so much for the video you showed us. It was for your kid. May Allah save him. Allah yaslah, inshallah. It was a good example, which means that children really learn best when they are playing. They should play with the language. You should show them a model. You give them a model of a language in which they will be like, you create an environment which is, let's say, they will be immersed with the language. This is the best way to learn the language. Concerning my comments about the demo lesson for the teacher Muad, actually, Mrs. Rashida has said most of the comments I wanted to say, but I would just refer to actually the lesson was amazing. I was really engaged with the lesson to the extent that I considered myself as one of them, and I wanted also to participate with the students. It was a good lesson actually, but what was not to the point was the spelling, as Ms. Rashida has mentioned. Some students were confused about let's say the spelling of some words, to the extent that one of them by the end of the lesson was lost when he gave them the game in which students were shown let's say a picture and they would say the name of the job. So one of the students, I will name the students which was alone. She was lost. She didn't know what the teacher is talking about. Is he telling them to spell or to read the title of the job or something like this? He meant to scramble the words, the letters, so that they will come up with a good spelling of the job. But the girl was lost. She didn't know how to, let's say, to play the game, which means that she didn't understand the spelling. Overall, the lesson was great. Thank you so much. That's all I have. Thank you so much for your listening.
Oh, nice, great. Hopefully, I have something, of course, to add if we want to address, let's say, our colleagues. Mrs. Taoufik, with your permission.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you a minute. So what
I'm asking for permission to address, let's say, to share some ideas regarding the, let's say, the performance of our colleagues. Okay, so because I have already noted some, I think that it's my responsibility to share with our friends.
All right, sure.
Inshallah, they are here, inshallah, to, all of us to improve and so on. So for, to share some remarks here, let's start with my colleague, Muad, right? With my colleague. As Ms. Rashida said, the performance, generally was great. There is interaction, there is communication, there is enthusiasm, motivation, and all these feelings are very important. These are, contagious feelings. Okay, students are going to get, inspired to interact and respond. So generally, the atmosphere was fine, was great. Just some remarks related to the flashcards. I think this idea has been raised when introducing flashcards and so on. Okay, so once students discover, the meaning, right, or the concept and so on, it's good to have students, to have the scripts, the text, or the spelling of the word. The word should be shown to students too. It's very important, okay? Not otherwise they are just learning the oral, form of the language. But they are supposed also, because they are school students, they are supposed to see the words, right? Another idea here. So we should introduce also the words, and then at the beginning when they discover let's say the name of the pictures. I like this idea of drilling. Drilling and repetition is very, very important with kids. This is a behavioristic, let me say, technique or approach and so on, but it works. It's really required with the younger learners. And it's the same strategy I'm using, right, with some of the main important techniques I'm using with my kid, right? So I let him, right, repeat the word and so on. It's very important. So, for pronunciation, let's say, practice, and also for the students to internalize, let's say, the word, because the sound, the speech sounds, they should be familiar with the speech sounds of the words. Again, so that collective drills are very important. Maybe we have to pay attention sometimes to our inputs, right? The language input and so on, because whatever you say, whatever you utter, whatever you show them, be it a word or whatever, great students, are just, absorbing what you are, that input, those information. So let's make our instruction language clear and accurate. It's very important. Make it simple and accurate. Especially if I'm showing maybe the flashcard to my kids this way. I have some flashcards here available here, maybe some jobs and so on. So I would not say what's this. Am I talking about the picture or the person? So we are talking here about jobs. Mostly we are talking about the person, what does he work and so on. So I would say, who is this, right? Instead of what is this, right? Maybe if there is an image of an object or whatever, I would say what. So it's better here to take this into consideration. Concerning the, maybe an idea, this is a very tiny remark here related to the names, Simouad, right? How would you pronounce Tulin? And how would you pronounce El Bara? His name is El Bara. Maybe, maybe this is something, it's not that's, because this is the first time you meet the students, but the name of the kid, right, is Al-Bara, this way, Al-Bara, and the other one is Tulin, right? Yes. So when we mispronounce the word, maybe of the name of the students, maybe that's not great preferable. Yes, for the drills, collected drills, you say 1, 2, 3, okay, repeat, okay. I do practice the same drill, especially with students when they are in the same environments and so on. But now, as online, because we are in a virtual environment, Tulin is somewhere else. Tulin is in a city called Qunfuda, right, in Saudi Arabia, and the other ones are in Jeddah, okay? So the connection is not the same. So sometimes there might be some fractions of seconds of difference, right, between. So Tulin receives the message a little bit late, okay? So they can't, because you insist on repeating at the same rhythm. Concerning vocabulary and basically pronunciation, the student had troubles pronouncing waiter, right, in an American accent, right? Waiter, right? Okay, maybe some of them repeat just like weather, right? Weather. Is it what? Wait, waiter or weather? So they have some troubles, and it's the same thing with firefighter, right? Firefighter or firefighter. So I know that Saudi Arabia, their textbooks and syllabi, right? They adopt mostly basically the American English. But it doesn't matter, right? To make it easier, it's better to opt for the British pronunciation to make it clear for students, especially that they have troubles, pronouncing the word. So, and it's the same thing for them, for the students. There are problems, and people in Khalij in general, problems with the B and P. They don't pronounce them the same way. I'm sorry for this, long. Generally speaking, it goes great. The task being chosen, the variety in task, the game. I like the game. I like having student the song and so on. Okay, that was really nice. Great. Okay, for Si Mohammed, great. Si Mohammed, great. I congratulate you first of all for this new but very fruitful and beneficial experience. I'm very happy because I'm very happy because you had this courage, to embark on online learning and then online teaching, and then, try your materials, even though maybe you may not have used Zoom. Great. So I know that there are many constraints. However, your performance and specifically the kind of materials that you have used were great. Okay, using the pictures and so on, playing on that distance, on the distance to show the difference between this and that and so on and those and these. However, if I were you, because it was a 30-minute lesson, I would not introduce too many difficulties at a time. I would do just with this or with this and that, right? I have 30 minutes. It's not that much, to introduce all these, all right? That's why you had a lot of troubles explaining this and then linking these to that and those two. Oh my God, right? So why not, if you introduce just this غير قرينا غير this هذه مخيره great غير يمشي الدرس مزيان ويستعملوا لي هذيك this ولا that, it's fine. This and that, it's good to contrast both of them. That will be perfect, right? And then at the same time, it's an opportunity for them to recycle the objects, the name of object, the name of colors, and so on. I would, how do I do it differently? Very briefly, so that we can proceed. At school, I would, especially we have to focus on communication. I think that the communication part has been missed, especially at the end, Gracie Mohammed. At the end, you had the practical task. Right, that students, need to supply the correct, demonstrative pronoun. And for the task, by the way, it's better to be shortened a little bit. Right? I think that there were too many sentences. For me, I would have a role play at the end. Okay, guys. Okay, so we're gonna have a role play together, right? I'm going. One of you is going to play the role of daddy or mommy, right? The other one is a kid. We know that the kid mostly asks questions. Is that right? Yes, right. Okay, so now you are going to pick up, maybe school objects or whatever, which has got a specific color, and then you are going to come and run, right? That is there, right, in the living room, right? Maybe reading a book or watching TV. Then you as a kid, right, you come running to daddy or mommy and then say, mommy, 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 right? You are going to say, hey, what's up? I think it's an easy question to ask. Hey, what's up, right? What's this? Okay, it's a notebook, baby. What color is it, daddy? Right? It's green. Okay, thank you, daddy. Great, welcome, baby. Right? That's a very nice and a very good, okay, so they have to use this and so on. Okay, so there are many options and many ways to introduce things. I congratulate you again, and inshallah we shall share more information together. Yeah, I'm sorry for talking so much because I have to share my ideas with you.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Very good and insightful remarks, Mr. Abdelouahed. Very insightful remarks, Mr. Abdelouahed. Correct. Yeah, I do agree with you on every aspect you have mentioned, especially the one regarding the word waiter. Mm-hmm. I was gonna talk about it as well. Here, focusing on the British accent with the kids makes it much easier to transfer the word you're talking about or to communicate that.
I would opt for fireman instead of and forget about firefighter, right? Fireman, better, easier to pronounce.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Correct. Also, with the names of the participants, of the students that were, I think the name was Soline, and the participant struggled with getting the name at first, and then try to get her name again, to ask about her name throughout that class.
The first time.
That was probably, in my opinion, I think it was a problem with internet connection. Because his was not stable, so he could not get the. This is why Mr. Abdelouahed has focused on having a very good internet connection. If you want,
sure, it's very, very important. Yeah, very, very important.
The internet connection makes the video quality even much better for you to conduct your lesson, and makes everything very smooth and clear for the students.
If the connection, imagine, let's have a little fun, right? Imagine that you have a very poor connection. Oh my God, you will suffer a lot, and students have paid. You cannot
do that.
Excuse me. Wait a moment. Let's look.
Yeah, you cannot do that. I agree. That was one of the things that needed the enhancement, or participants will work on in the future, I am sure. Also, Mr. Mohammed Al-Hawi's session was great as well. It was good. He's covered very good points regarding demonstrative pronouns. However, I would recommend probably not to kind of like talk about rules. We use that to speak about far things, and we use like written rules on the PowerPoint slides, because much language there, other structures of language are presented to the students. So probably just a word here and there, just to transmit the idea that we're talking about far distant objects. But overall, it was very neat, and he has really succeeded in doing that.
And for the instruction language, for the instruction language, Mohammed, I recommend to make it as easy as possible. Don't introduce those grammar concept, demonstrative, right? Possibly there was an adverb, right? Possibly, and so on. So I don't think students are familiar with such concepts.
One thing I would like to mention as well is that asking students about the lesson that will be conducted. So you could see on the screen we have demonstrative pronoun. Do you know demonstrative pronoun? Here I would suggest probably show them a very small 2-3 examples of sentences. An example, for example, let's say a song, a very short one, a video that shows demonstrative pronouns. They don't want to hear demonstrative pronouns. They don't care about the demonstrative pronoun as a title. They care about the content.
They need to understand, this, that.
I remember an incident where I had an American with me. We're talking, and I said, this afternoon I'm teaching demonstrative pronouns. He was an adult, and he said, what do you mean by demonstrative pronouns? But when you say, it's this and that, these and those, he's a native, but the title of the lesson does not matter, but the use, correct. So here I would encourage just to show them a video or something that would show that we are going to talk about demonstrative pronouns. So I had Mr. Said raise his hand. We'll give him a minute or two before we move on to the second phase of this afternoon session, which is finishing what we've started in the morning, actually.
Let's
business profile as an English tutor, because I believe we have 15. Yes, Mr. Mohammed Al-Hawi, of course.
Mr. Taoufik, Miss Rashida is to give feedback on my presentation also, please. I think Mr. Said was leaving, that's why.
All right, he was leaving. Yeah, he's not here with us. Correct.
Correct. So because I'm looking forward to hear more feedback, and I think we didn't give chance yet to Mrs. Rashida. Please, if you can give her that chance.
All right, so I will give the floor to Ms. Rashida for 1-2 minutes. Okay, before we continue and talk about promoting business profiles as an English tutor online, tips and strategies for practice. So, Ms. Rashida, make it very short, please. All right, go ahead, Ms. Rashida.
As I have already mentioned, yes, hats off for both of you. So I'm going to just talk fast. So let me start with your warm up. So when you start with your warm up, you said, what's the weather like? So they said it's hot, and some of it said it's cold. And
it's
they
hot.
made me really
both of them Jewish. Yes. They like hot and it's hot and cold.
The weather is hot, the weather is cold. So it means that they don't know how to talk about weather. So I think it's better to avoid asking these questions when it comes to kids.
Mr. Rashid, I'm sorry to interrupt you because I know the background of students. They know very well. I ask them this question every time. But the problem, maybe there was some misunderstanding or something like that, right? Okay, I think they know weather, they know rainy, snowy. We studied that, and they know that very well. But there was some misunderstanding, or right?
Okay, teacher, I do agree. But since Mohammed, he hasn't got the chance to get in touch with those students before, so he doesn't know what they have learned or what they haven't learned. So it's better to avoid such questions when we don't know students, beforehand. The second thing is that when you started asking them your direct questions, do you know what is demonstrative pronoun? It was really something that I don't know. Kids, they don't know what is the concept. What is demonstrative pronouns? Okay, so better not ask. Because as I have already talked to Mr. Abdelouahed before when I was the first one online, because the young learners, they learn language naturally and unconsciously. So they don't know how to work the rules themselves as adults. Something else, when they don't know how to differentiate between this and that. So you shared some pictures, using apples. If I were you, I would just, if you are interested, just okay, to use apples to teach your lesson, I would bring apples. And then I'm going just to say, what's this? I will just hold the apple in my hand. So since I'm home, I can bring whatever stuff and use it. So what's this? This is an apple. Can I touch the apple? So it is in my hand, I can touch it. So this is this is, okay, so I then, okay, try to point to an apple which is far from me, just to show them, okay, that's the distance between the apple and the hand. Something else, okay, something else. You taught this, that, and then quickly you move to these and those, too much. If I were you, I would only teach them this and that, and this is enough. And in the second lesson, I will teach, okay, the plural of this and that, which is these and those. Okay, yes, something else concerning summary. You taught, you gave them some examples, only some, okay, there weren't a lot of examples, some examples, and then you talk to them about the summary and ask them to read. I think you should avoid this in the future when dealing with kids. I'm talking about kids. And also when you use the examples, the task, mainly the task, when you use this, okay, so talking about the sheep and goats, okay, so that it was a picture, it was nice. But if it comes to the exercise, you said you used here and over there. So it was too much for a kid.
For me, actually, Ms. Rashida, for me, I would not introduce sheep because it's a complicated word. Singular, plural, right?
Singular,
Better books, something that is not uncountable.
And also, I think as an advice, okay, teacher Mohammed, you have to use pictures when teaching demonstrative. Okay, so use pictures. Better to use pictures than just sentences. Your lesson was great, but it's not for kids. It's for elementary students. For elementary students, they already know some English. It's a great lesson, but for kids, I think you should think it over and try to find other ways to explain. And thanks a lot. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rashida, for your insightful remarks. Indeed. So, Mr. Mohammed, here.
Just to add something, maybe tomorrow I will prepare a lesson, but believe me, even I'm talking, just observing. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to do it in a good way, like I'm telling you. Okay, thank you a lot.
Okay. Sure. Inshallah, yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow, Sir Mohammed is going to to deliver a lecture specifically for you.
I'm really happy to hear this.
Nice, good to share ideas.
This shows that participants are really interested in kind of working on each aspect regarding the lessons that are going to be delivered online. So, Mr. Abdelouahed, I think we should move on with the schedule because here it's already 5 to 6.
Sorry to interrupt you. Okay, so sorry to interrupt you. I'm just following with you because I have other stuff doing something and at the same time following with you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
sure,
but I listened to Madam Rashida. Okay, so the same remarks because in the morning I noticed the same remark. Just one thing, sometimes you feel that the student felt bored. So yes, and it's something which is very difficult for me when I see a student felt bored and not following with me, not perfectly interacting with me, which is something me too. It's creates some problems for me when I'm dealing with the lessons. Yes,
I agree.
Yes, maybe I'm just would like to say it's these mistakes, these things. Maybe we are going to overcome it with times and with experience, because also when you are a teacher in the classroom, we commit mistakes. So I think it's by time we can overcome these mistakes and learn more things. That's it. Just yes, I agree with Mr. Abdelouahed and also Rashida when they say that we just opt for this and that. Okay, it's going to be easy for us as a teacher and for the students as well. Okay, so that's it, and I'm listening with you, but I have other stuff because I'm doing a translation with the company in Lebanon, so this is why I'm with you, and at the same time I'm with the other people. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdelouahed and Mr. Taoufik.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, Mr. Thank you for.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Very good remarks indeed, Abdelouahed. I think she has raised something regarding boredom, which once you see the students right-leaning.
I would change the plan. Better if we have a plan B. Smart planning is very important. Yeah. Otherwise, you will suffer. You yourself suffer because you see that students are not, following, right? So better to change. Let's have a game together. I will, have a list of 10 words, and then you have 10 seconds to write the words correctly. Okay, right. Cheap. Guy 1, 2, 3. Okay, so to lean 1 point. Change the plan.
Correct. You never know why the kid is there learning English. Probably they are there just because at that time
they want to have fun. Students want to have extra hours to have fun, right? Of course, let them learn while having fun, right? Yes.
So, Mr. Abdelouahed, just to note something very important.
All right,
already at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. An hour already. And the lesson that comes is very important regarding promoting oneself.
And we have also shooting a video.
We also have that one.
Promotes one's
I don't know about it, Mr. Abdelouahed. I think we have a 30-minute intro workshop.
Look, it's not that much for the presentation. It will take maybe like 3 minutes for the presentation, right?
All right.
It's only 2 slides, right? One main slide and the other slides to share some
concerning promoting your profile.
This is exactly promoting my business profile. Right? There are some tips. One slide.
This presentation, the focus here should be about because promoting the profile is the first.
Okay. Sure. Yes.
Online.
Okay, and
inshallah, you have raised your hand. I don't know if this is an intervention or a response to one of the feedback given to you. I will just give you this very quick 1 minute and try to say what you have to say. So we can move on with Mr. Abdelouahed's presentation. Go ahead, Mr. Muad. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. The best part for a teacher who has delivered a lesson is this. The remarks. They are the best part of a lesson. And we need to listen carefully because what people say from other perspectives should be taken into consideration. No, because we teach from a perspective, and the people from the other perspective is very important. So thank you very much, everybody, for your wonderful feedback, and I really, benefited from it a lot. I just have some, comment on my experience in the morning. The first, it was about the names. The names of the jobs. If you paid attention, I showed them the name first in the first worksheet. But later on, I did not do it. It was because on my camera, I see the names. They are, switched. It's like you are looking them in the mirror. So I thought maybe the students see them switched, and this is gonna be, it's gonna be difficult for them. That's why I omitted that part and never showed the names again. But I didn't realize that for the other parts, they see the names as they are. See, so it was a technical problem. And one more thing concerning the drillings, they were not, especially when I asked them to repeat at the same time. There was a problem with the other student who was alone because of the internet connection, I guess. When the others finish, and then she She felt excluded just because of that problem of connection. And one more thing, that lesson, I mean, if it was 1 hour, every part and every stage would be given more time, because I felt that I needed more time, but I had to finish, in 30 minutes. But your remarks were, wonderful, and thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, and please, if there are more remarks, just text me or maybe say them. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Feedback and observation are very important for each teacher, being a novice or an experienced one. The feedback you get can
my 1 minute
improve
to
your
thank you guys
practices.
also.
So,
Mr. Taoufik,
Mr. Mohammed,
my 1 minute
have
to thank
the
you, if
last
possible.
word before Mr. Abdelouahed goes ahead with the presentation. Yes.
1 minute. So my 1 minute is 2 parts. First part is thank you very much to all of you. Second part, I'm disappointed because you were soft on me. You were too generous. You were like somehow giving me good words more than I would say more criticism. I expected you to be a bit, I would say, hard and hit me with more, I would say, feedback. I can't say you were mean with your feedback to me, but I really learned a lot from it. Thank you so much, and I hope we inshallah be in touch and learn from each other
inshallah,
in the future as well. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Inshallah, Mr. Abdelouahed. All right, so Mr. Abdelouahed, you'll have the floor to talk about promoting a business profile as an online tutor, tips and strategies to do that, practices probably. So you want to go ahead with the presentation, Mr. Abdelouahed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Great. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Taoufik, for.
Yeah, you could go ahead with your presentation, and then we can have a very brief discussion about it.
All right. Yeah, sure. Inshallah. Great. Yes. Okay. Just there are some issues, of course, that may have hindered the performance of our colleagues during the lesson, is that they don't know much about the background of students, right? That's why sometimes they may ask about something and they didn't get to the right response or something like that, right? So like in reading and so on, so students are not yet familiar with the reading, right? They just started phonics and so on, right? See Mohammed, right? So it's one part has to do with the knowledge, the background knowledge of student. Okay, so let me share the slides as quick as possible, inshallah, right? There we go. Sorry. Okay, current slides. All right. Okay. There we go. Inshallah. Great. Yes, I'm sorry for these troubles. Screen sharing. Current slide. Guys, is the slides are clear for you? Can you see the slides very well?
Yes, we can see them.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah. Okay, so this is a very important point actually regarding promoting our business profile as an English online tutor. For you to succeed in this journey and so on, of course, all what you need after getting all the necessary requirements that we have seen before, in addition to the language skills and technical considerations that we have to bear in mind and that we have experienced actually during the demo lessons, we need right now to look for students. If there are no clients, there is no business. This is a very, very, it's a permanent rule, right? No clients means no business, right? So how can I promote my business profile as a tutor? How can I promote and showcase my own educational background and so on, so that I can get students? Okay, so this presentation is going to be an answer, let's see, to Samir's question yesterday. And it's going to be an enlightenment for all of us, inshallah. And we shall have, let's say, some discussions so that we can maybe catch up and try to share some other maybe strategies which may not be mentioned here. Okay, so one of the things, some of the tips, I prefer to put them this way, some of the tips and promotion strategies I'm suggesting is to share your profile in social networks with the target audience. I've got my profile in the platform. I have registered in this platform. They accepted me, and my profile is listed. So all the platforms, all of them give they permit you to let's say share your own profile in social media, right? Okay, there is a share button there. You can click on that share button, and then there are options whether you want to share, let's say, the profile on Facebook or let's say on other social media networks like Twitter, right, LinkedIn or whatever. So it's very important. Share your profile, right, in social networks, because social networks are, they are full of different communities and so on. But as I said here, with the target audience, don't share your profile with anywhere, right, or in any space in the social media, right? Because not all people are interested in taking a course in English, right? So you got to exactly target the right audience, those who are interested maybe in learning the English language. Maybe I'm not concerned with Moroccans, for instance. If I'm not concerned with Moroccans, so I should exactly specify the target audience. For instance, maybe the students in Saudi Arabia or in France. So there are some strategies, inshallah, that we are going to discover here. So generally and principally, we have to share, let's say, our profile. Create a website or a platform to maintain your web presence. This is very important. Mr. Taoufik, before in his presentation, talks about the importance of your web presence. Being there, exist there, right, as virtually is very important, because your platform, the page that you have created, is going to be listed in most search engines, in Google, and many other search engines, not just Google, right? So many people, millions of users are there, right? So they are going to come up with your page, and then if they are interested, they are going to contact you. And this is another opportunity. Again, if we want, we can have another training about how to build a website, for tutoring and so on. Usually, it's better to include some, plugins that allow you to book, let's say, the lesson or trail or have an appointment, let's say, with the tutor. Again, one technique or strategy that you'd better consider is to create a web Facebook page or a group to showcase your services and promote your products and so on, whatever, even if you have some products, videos, or whatever that you want to share. Okay, so it's better to exist there in the social. We talked about web presence and basically the social network presence, right? It's good to exist, to have your own brand, let me say, page, business page, and group in which you gather different communities and so on. Long time ago, I have created a group for English middle school teachers. For those who have joined this group, I think Mohammed recently has sent me my request to join, but I don't know if he knows that this group is mine or not. And there are hundreds of teachers there, so you can just share your own expertise with teachers, your videos, your tutorials. You should exist. And more importantly and specifically, to look for the target student, you can adopt other strategies, right? You can create let me say here, I will highlight one very important point. After creating a Facebook page or a group page, you can consider having a YouTube channel too. It's very important. Create a YouTube channel and of course make it an active channel. Try to produce, let's say, videos and tutorials about learning English and so on. This is another theme for training, how to create a video tutorial in English using PowerPoint and other software and so on. I have a long experience, dealing with such, issues. So, there are students actually who contacted me via YouTube or Facebook, right? And you know, it was an opportunity to get to know one another and you know, have lessons, right, of course, together. So try to consider this too. Try to exist in YouTube too, right? Doing something good for the audience. You know, audience is going to find some interesting videos there or demo lessons or whatever. Oh, that's great. Okay, so they are going to contact you. And for YouTube channel, I recommend to add in the about page, in the about or more information you know, option in the menu of your channel, I recommend to add, don't forget to add your business email there, okay? Some contact information so that, you know, students or potential students can contact you. And this is what I do actually, even in the description section of the, let's see, of the video. Also importantly, which is related to Facebook and so on, you can create ads. Facebook ads, for instance, and campaigns to target your audience and marketize your services. All right. So Facebook allow you, right, and offers you a very, you know, very known and a very important service, which is to create a campaign or ads, right? An ad. It's going to be an ad for your tutoring service. That you can, and this ad, the grant actually allow you to target the specific audience that you want, and then you can get messages and so on. Let me share you. It's a very important point here. I'm gonna stop sharing the slide so that I can share the Facebook and show you where exactly you can very briefly, you know, where you can conduct this. Let's say the such ads and so on. You can just go to the Facebook's ad center. Right. All right, here, show me, let me show, sorry, here, let's go to the page. All right, here, marketplace. Okay, let me share the, you know, the window so that I can see the, okay. Guys, can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
All right, nice, good. Yeah. If I go to specific, this is okay. You go to your page that you have created, for instance, for services or something like that, right? I have been creating many pages, by the way, great. Struggling a long time ago, right? So here, right, you can publish, for instance, your own ad, right? I have, for instance, you can see my ID card. This is another promotional tool, right, that you can use to you know, get students, is to have this business card. I want to have this business card as an ad, as an advertisement, as an ad. Okay, so I can link Facebook, right? You know, in terms of this business account, the business account related to Facebook and the ad center, allow you, when you publish your posts, they allow you to link the WhatsApp number. So I can link, here I have linked my business number. But I insist on business number, right? Most mobile phones right now, you know, accept two SIM cards. So you can have another, right? Not your personal number, another number, WhatsApp number that is devoted just for business. So just to avoid any personal issues, right? I don't care if someone maybe use the number that is shown there and then maybe, you know, sent in, do some sort of bullying, you know, it doesn't matter, right? It's business. I expect whatever when it comes to business, right? So when you when the post is linked to your WhatsApp number, and then there is an option here to boost, let's say your to boost your let's say your ad. When you boost your ad, when you click on boosting your ad and so on, there will be some okay, some information here that will be shown, right? Okay, that will be create an ad, for instance, here, just to see. I don't know what's wrong here with the maybe an unknown error here. There is an error, right? Anyway, right? This we can explain this more, inshallah, later, just as to you know, to make it short. So when you go, let's say to this, when you click on boost the post or the ad, you will get many informations that you have to type in and choose. Including what? Including the audience. Okay, Facebook here ads allow you to choose and select the audience. You type in exactly which country, right? The audience, exactly what's the audience in terms of gender, the males or females or both. In terms of age, I recommend 18 to, you know, the 60 or whatever, right? Okay, because mostly parents might be interested in contacting you and so on, right? And kids over 18, you know, children over 18, right? Adult learners. So they allow you also to choose the country. What country are you targeting? All right, so I'm not interested, you know, concerned with Morocco. I'm concerned with Saudi Arabia. So I would include a case A, Saudi Arabia. It will be shown. And if you like, you can add even the city, right? I want just students from Jeddah or students from, okay, so let's make it general. I want students from Saudi Arabia. Plus, they can allow you to add more countries. I want students from France. You add France, and it will pop up, right? And then you choose it until you select the countries where your audience exists, right? Then, of course, there are information regarding the price, okay? They will tell you how many days would you like us to, let's say, to launch and keep, right, this and keep this, let's say, this campaign or this ad and so on. Well, you can choose, okay, I want 7 days campaign, right? 7 days campaign or 5 days campaign. And of course, there will be the price is automatically calculated, okay? And they will ask, there is a possibility to determine how many views and how many messages would you like to, right? Okay, so I can define I want 1,000 person to see my ad, right? And then you will get the price relevant to that corresponds to that, you know, to that, let's say, to that number of let's say, of users and so on. Or audience. So once you create your ad, okay, so Facebook reviews the ad, right, for you know, in few minutes, right? It's not that much, and then you will be notified that your ad is published, okay, and that people start responding, right, to your ad, and you know, and start responding to your ad. What happens, guys, if you activate, right, this WhatsApp option? There is an option that gives that tells you whether you want to receive messages on your WhatsApp or not. Yes, you say yes. If you say yes, you will get messages about any person who has viewed the ad. All right, they have clicks on the ad, right? Maybe they are interested. It may be a potential student. Automatically, you get, let's say, the message, the notification into WhatsApp with the number of that target client. It's here, and this is here why so many people, right? There are so much criticism, let's say, against Facebook for violating, let's say, the privacy, because they let you, right? You know, they send you the number, right? Let's say all the clients and so on without their permission, right? Okay, without their permission, actually, right? So you get the number because simply they click on the ad, right? Okay, so Facebook actually is using the personal data of people to for promotional purposes and to make money, right? Okay, so this way you can, right, when you receive messages, you can, okay, send message templates, right, inviting, let's say, the potential student to, let's say, to benefit from your services and so on. You can link them to your website or whatever. This is something very important, but your attention here, the payment is done via either PayPal, different methods here, or MasterCard. But I recommend when you link your Facebook, your PayPal, I don't recommend, by the way, to link your credit card at all. You can link your, you know, PayPal, and after the campaign is done and the money is paid, I recommend you to remove, let's say, all the payment methods that you have linked, because Facebook and the social media in general is vulnerable, right? Anyone, right? It's, you know, anyone can hack, let's say, your Facebook accounts, and they can maybe create ads with thousands of dollars in your name and within your account. It happened to me, actually, right? I got a notification. You know, of course, you have to make use of many techniques, including the two-factor verification and so on, so that to receive messages, right, notifications, and even if someone you know, would like to get in there or whatever, right, or hack your account, you can get, you know, notification and alert. Okay, so directly I went to, let's say, to my Facebook Ad Center, and I found a new user, a new user being added together with my name as the admin, right? So there was a, an ad that is scheduled. It was scheduled, right? It is in the process of being accepted. And directly and fastly, I have removed that ad, and they blocked that user, and they contacted Facebook to report the issue. So again, you can, guys, you can create a business card, as I told you, great, and share it with special relatives and current students, right? I insist here, and I highlight here, and I stress here special relatives, right? Or VIPs, if you want to say, very important people, not whosoever. You create the ad like this one, right? If you can see it, right? Which contains your name, tagline, professional English, certified teacher, whatever, right? And then the contact information, WhatsApp, right? For instance, Zoom, right? And then why not Skype? And your platform, your platform with the, a notification here, book. You can book here. I mean, your spot or time slot to benefit from a trail lesson, and then the course in general. So again, you can also make good offers for students who refer, let's say, other interested students to you, right? If you have some students, you are teaching them and so on, try to benefit from those students for promotion purposes. I can, right, have some, I can take their testimonies, right? And testimonials, right, and opinions about my performance, if it's a good and a positive, let's say, attitude or feedback. So I can, keep their videos and testimonials, let's say, for promotion purposes, and share them with other, let's say, potential students or targets, the target audience in general. So you can make a lot of offers. Again, you can, you can offer coupons. You can tell to your current students. I have some students. I would say, okay, for those who, if you refer me to, if you bring another student, I will give you 5 hours, for instance, free. Or I will give you the offer of $5, for instance, off, right? Okay, so that's one way to handle students, and at the same time to increase. And this is the main importance, guys. The main important strategy I'm adopting is also, I don't think I have included here, is try to make use of, to build trust and build a good rapport with people. Work, in a professional way and in an effective way, and try to, the parents that I'm having right now, their kids and so on, right? You can send and share this card with those parents and those students, and kindly request them to forward, let's say, that card, let's say, to other relatives and so on, or friends who are interested. And this is exactly how my business is growing, right? Through, the first students, they trust me, right? Because I spent a long time with them and so on. And then later on, okay, so every time they, Mr. Abdelouahed, I have my nephew want to learn English too, right? Is it okay? Okay, and then I will link it. And then they, they just, connect me to other students, their relatives and so on, and friends. So try to make good offers as far as this, think smartly and make good offers. You can provide coupons, reductions, and so on. Record sample demo lessons, as I said, and testimonials, and share them with the target audience. This should of course, be with permission of the parents. You can't record, let's say, the student because it's a private lesson, and then you go and promote it elsewhere and publish it elsewhere without the permission of the parents. Actually, I asked the parents before, right, and they say no worries, right, because actually they are learning, and the environment where they are is not there is nothing special or too private to worry about. Again, design your professional, rich, and good-looking resume. CV is very important. Your curriculum vitae, right? You should have a curriculum vitae, right, that you can share. And I see here design, right? Not to just create, but design your CV. It means it should be good looking, right? Okay, and if you don't know how to do that, right, there are many people who can do it for you, who are specialized in designing and so on. Actually, I can do it for you too, right? So I had long experience dealing with Photoshop, right, and other tools. So I recommend to, let's say, make use of, let's say, create your CV. Don't just keep it as it is in Word. You know, it's not that good looking. All right, so let me just take a look here if it's possible to share something. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, maybe great, you know, a few minutes, great, and they will end. Right? I just want to share with you, and you know, it's not that perfect resume, but at least it's better than just having it in a Word, right? Word format, black and white, and so on. I don't think it's that attractive. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes.
All right. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so generally speaking, it's okay. It's acceptable. You know, using colors, organizing things a little bit, including your own information regarding your number, right, website, platform, and so on. It's better. And of course, to, you know, boost or let's say to push, let's say this, you know, the idea further, right? You can resort, let's say, to the platform, an online platform, as Mr. You know. Taoufik did, right? Okay, having an online platform and then a section in the upper menu in which you include your CV, right? In details and in a good way, and in why not in an interactive way, as Mrs. Taoufik did. All right, so design your professional. After designing this professional, good-looking CV, this CV is what it will open, right? A lot of gateways to you guys, right? For work and vacancies and so on, right? To get hired. You are going to make this CV and share it, right? With different job search agencies and professional networks. وهذا السي في اللي غنصاوب رايت وغنضرب عليها تماره غنخدمها في مجموعه غنلوحها هنا ولوحها هنا ولوحها هنا في مجموعه ديال النتوركس ديال الشبكات الاحترافيه والمهنيه اللي كتلقى فيها اش كتلقى في البروفيشنال نتوركس like LinkedIn, Indeed, and so on. You find recruiters. You find both. There are people who are job seekers who are looking for a job, and those who are you know, and companies and you know, enterprises who are looking for clients. So they will find your CV there, and they will be, if they are interested in the CV, they are going to contact you. And the many agents and recruiters have actually contacted me and then offering, let's say, a certain job and so on, right? They contacted me either via LinkedIn or Indeed and so on. And you then you have a lot of choices, right? ديك الساعة كيكون عندك مجموعة ديال الخيارات كتولي تعزل وتختار. تولي الاخت عفاف ولا الاخت رشيده تولي تعزل واش نخدم مع هذا ولا مع هذا. على سو وكاين اللي كتردهم والله. هذه شركه صينيه تشاينيز كامباني تواصلت معايا عن طريق LinkedIn, right? They see my profile and right, they like it and they say we are interested in your profile. اوكي, ملي جينا للتواصل and so on كيفاش نتفاهموا على Tutoring, اشنو الاوفر ديالهم؟ قال لك ملي كنناقشوا شحال من حاجه وقال لك ودي سميتو right, we are offering to come, right, to come relocate to China, right? You are going to teach, right? The price is from 2,000 to 3,500 dollars, يعني تقريبا من 2 مليون حتى 3 مليون ونص, right, per month, full time bien sûr, right? And they say you have free accommodation, يعني appartement, right, free apartment, right, ما تخلص على الابارتمون الاقامه مزيان, وعندك الهيلث انشورنس والتامين الصحي, plus the flights يتعلق بالرحلات وكذا كلشي على حسابهم والفيزا, right? And also واحد القسط, واحد allowance, right, that you're going to give you, right, ملي تبغي تحرك, right? It was 1 year contracts, يعني النوعيه ديال job it was a contracts. على job ولا الخدمه اللي غتقلب عليها it can be internship. LinkedIn مثلا كيعطيك مجموعه الاختيارات, تكون شنو باغي تقلب, واش internship غير شي ستاج ولا temporary job عمل, right, مؤقت, ولا full time, right, job, right, ولا part time job, or partnership ولا غير شراكه ولا تطوع even voluntary work الا شي حد بغى يتطوع يخدم and so on for باش يكتسب التجربه وصافي. So let us discover those job search engines and networks. نكتشفوا مجموعه ديال النتوركس اللي ممكن تابلودي السي في ديالك فيها ولا ممكن تكري السي في من خلال هاد اللينكس هاد النتوركس. The number one is actually LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn and Indeed. This is the two ones I recommend, guys. I recommend LinkedIn. عامره ما فيها تبارك الله غير professionals. نتورك ماشي ديال الشاط وكذا وكذا بحال هاد dirty social media, right? Like Facebook or whatever. Facebook خصك you have to make it clean. خصك تغرب له باش غتغرب له خص you have to target the right audience. فيسبوك باش نغرب له مزيان نستعملوه استعمال جيد for business purposes. ندير الادز ندير الكامبينز ونتارجيتي الاودينس اللي باغي بالضبط باش حتى واحد ما يبقى يبرسني يشوف لي اعلان فوالا كل مره يبقى يبرسني رايت. وننخرط شنو نقلب على الجروبس اللي مهتمين بالدروس الخصوصيه رايت. كاينين جروبس ديال الخاصين بالدروس الخصوصيه في السعوديه رايت. ننخرط ندخل في ديك الجروب رايت في ديك الكوميونيتي وكيعطيك امكانيه هي خاصه انك تنشر اي واحد ممكن يعرض الخدمه ديالو and so on right. So that's something that you have to invest. So I recommend Indeed. كان recommend انا Indeed مع LinkedIn right. وكاين اخرين كلاس كلاس دور جوبس جوجل فور جوبس مونستر زيب ريكروتر سمبل هاير اند سو بلا ما تمشي بعيد. كاين شي وحدين هنا ربما خاصين غير باليو اس اي اند سو اون ولكن the ones I tried and they were effective and they are very popular worldwide. I recommend Indeed and then let's say LinkedIn. So these are some of the techniques, some of the promotional ideas that you can take into consideration, guys. Yes. Thank you.
Time in.
I'm over, right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just once again, right? يعني هذه القضية بحال هذا الكاد هذه شي حاجة ما غتكلف والو, right? يعني فيزيت كارت فيزيت ديال تيوتر هذه كنسميها بزنس تيوتر بزنس كارد فوالا. لما غنعطيها ماشي اي واحد ولا شي حاجه اللي غيهملها ويطيحها ليا في الطريق الناس يبقى يبرسطوني لا. غنعرف نبدا من العائله ريلاتيفز. بدا من العائله. شوف عائلتك غتلقى تبارك الله واحد مقاول كبير وغتلقى واحد مهندس ولا مهندسه كبيره نعطيك هذاك راي هكا اختي قالت الا كاين شي واحد اللي مهتم ماشي انت شي واحد اللي مهتم صافي راه هي المعنيه بالامر رقم واحد والناس فوالا غيجيك الكيان غير من هنا وانت وجبك رايت. وتفادى اي حاجه مع التلاميذ بزنس المغاربه التلاميذ ديالك الا كاين شي تطوع مرحبا ما كاينش غير بعد عليهم اللهم شي وحدين اللي بعاد عليك ما كاينش لا علاقه لهم هذا اتس ولكن هذوك اللي كتقري بالضبط ولا كذا بعد على اي بزنس ريليشن شيب.
Yeah. It is very important note exactly. So speaking about promoting yourself online, you've tackled all the important points, Mr. Abdelouahed.
وباقي ديك لا فيديو هي اللي باقي عليها والمهم راه الفيديو حتى هي داخله.
All right, inshallah. So regarding promoting yourself, first things first, Mr. Abdelouahed talked about a resume. Resume is very important. We have a CV and we have a resume. A CV, you include everything about your experiences. Be they're in teaching or whatever, you include them as a translator, as a teacher, as whatever. So you include them in a CV. But a resume is specific to the targeted job you are searching for. You want to do tutoring online, you mention just experiences that are relevant, that are related or relevant to tutoring only. Also, your presence online. We've actually mentioned something this morning about Mr. Abdelouahed قال لنا الأراضي اليوم الناس كتسوق على الأراضي اكسترا ولكن in the future الأراضي غادي يكون
على اسباس
واحد القطعة أرضية في دوت نت
واحد الهوستين
في دوت كوم لأن الهوستين in the future is going to become very expensive. وواحد الويب سايت اللي راني كندير معاه الهوستين دابا سميتو dina.domains. It is a US website. كانوا كيديروا 8.99 cents ولا dollars per year.
domain.
But now it is per domain. But now it's $9.99. So it increased by 1% or by $1. So in the future, it's gonna be even more expensive. So if it's your presence online, if you in the future, probably in 3 years or 4 years by now, you're going to want to a .com domain, but you'll find somebody else with your name has already purchased the domain.
Has already.
And now you need to pay. Yeah, it happened. It happened. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah.
I searched. So I will very briefly show with you my examples because we need here some examples as well. Mr. Abdelouahed has.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Ones so, yeah. Very quickly, this is my resume. Could everyone see?
Nice, good looking. Yeah, very good.
So
Yes,
as
it's good.
Mr. Abdelouahed has mentioned,
Yeah.
you have your picture, contact information.
جميل. كيف اللي احنا مشاركين نسي غادينا خصنا نديروا شي تيم هذا شي ماركت بليس.
So you can see here I have included am I zooming in? Is it zooming in at
Yeah, it's okay.
For you? All right. I have included my email. It's updated now. It's not amri.taoufik.gmail, so I have updated it. This is an old one. I have my website, personal website, and I have my teaching website or my learning website.
Nice, good.
And then, yeah, afterwards you have trainings and skills, and they should kind of like be relevant to teaching languages. So that you show that you're able to, you are the good candidate for whatever they're looking for.
Yeah.
Another thing, presence online, your presence online. I'm talking about LinkedIn, as Mr. Abdelouahed has mentioned. You should have a profile in LinkedIn with your picture, contact information, or
please show them where they can show them where they can look for the jobs there, please.
Yeah, so here on your search,
show them the CV first because they they have to create the CV there, right? And then move on. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, mention all relevant experiences here.
The resume, yes.
I'm talking about when you started, when you finished, and about a very kind of like short about the job that you did. What are the objectives or what are the requirements? What did you do during this job? What is it about? Those should be answered in the about section of the job. Another thing you could see here, I have mentioned what was my job and responsibilities in each one. You should also mention your education experiences, anything related to you. So here, by this, you will attract connections. And the number of followers and connections are very important for companies. So the first thing they look at is number of followers and connections. And when they click connections, they see what kind of connections you have. Are they related to education? Are they in translation? Whatever. So here you could see, if you look at the connections, most of the connections I have are related to teaching in one way or another. So this makes your profile good. So this is for LinkedIn, and here you will get notifications. You don't have to buy premium LinkedIn account. Times you will get that there are people from this company looking at your profile. It even happened to me once where I have applied for a job, and the recruiter of that job actually saw my LinkedIn profile, and I got a notification saying that this specific person has looked at your profile. This means they look at your profiles on the internet before they hire you. They search, they do their job. Another thing, other websites like academia.edu, like it shows that you are a researcher, that you have done your work. Again, number of followers and number of following and the total views you get. ResearchGate, and your personal website. I recommend that you work on a personal website. You don't have to buy a domain. Everything is available online for free. But if you want to be serious about what you're doing, it's good to purchase a domain. I think it costs you total. It could cost you around $40 to $45 per year, with the hosting and with the domain, all the package. And work on your domain. Learn a little bit of HTML. So like how you're going to build your website. Everything is available online. I've never taken courses online about how I can sell my my profile, or how I can make my website look good. So I just try to learn, try to find new things to do with every slide and with every widget on my website. So yeah, very short bio. You can see it's very short, to the point. I'm a high school English teacher and Arabic instructor for non-native speakers. I hold a master's, blah, blah, etc., etc. So I make it friendly. And then when if they are interested, they go down and they find everything kind of like put into more detail so that they could learn more about you. And include a section that says about me. And here there are many things, or many other things they could know, your educational background, jobs you've had before, so things like that. Anyways, this is just an example. You could a CV, yeah, as mentioned by Mr. Abdelouahed, yeah, CV is very important, or a resume that is specific. And this one is interactive. I made it so that it could be more appealing to the potential hires. I'm sure if you work on your online presence, you would get so many kind of requests from people online to hire you for your profile. Another thing Mr. Abdelouahed has talked about, which is advertising your work, what you do through Facebook, through your website. You could advertise your website or your profile on Facebook, and that's a very good strategy to promote yourself online. If you have a website, something that helps a lot is that once you have a website, you could look at analytics, and you would know from where are those people that are looking at your profile, where they come from. It's a daily updated analytics. Or you choose a specific day to look at specific times where people have looked at your website, which is very important. It lets you know where your work or where your online presence is going, or if you're getting any potential hires in the future or not. Probably this makes you reflect on your online presence. And so it's loading. 1 minute. All right. Good. No available data. It's gonna show right away. So people who are entering or taking a look at my website are looking at the lesson plan, at the CV, at the online tutoring section, at the home page, grade sheet. They are looking at these kind of pages. So these are important. So this is a daily kind of like update. And maybe you want to know the location, where they come from. So probably I've shared the website with you yesterday. I'm assuming it's all over Morocco these 2 days or 1 day. And here you could see, yes, so Oman and Morocco. So we have a potential person from Oman who's interested in the profile. Here, if I click Morocco, I could see which cities are they from. So we have Oriental region, Casablanca state, Fas Meknès, etc., etc. So this makes you, this helps you determine from where are your audience coming from. Any other things you could work on when we talk about online presence? Now we do have another session or another part of the session. I don't know if Mr. Abdelouahed has let's say thought about that, since we have 15 minutes to 7 p.m. So Abdelouahed, we give the floor to participants to give their questions, suggestions, or probably things that comments related to the previous slides or previous information, or we go ahead with the second part of this session in the afternoon. We can't hear you, Mr. Abdelouahed. Probably if you unmute yourself.
Yeah, great. I have muted myself. Great. Thank you very much for this insightful and interesting, let's say, contributions, Taoufik. Great. There are so many ideas that really been raised here. Great. and how it's really some smart ideas that you got to, and especially if you have your domain name, Grace, as we said here, your own web presence and so on, you will have more access to more details, let's say, to know exactly where you are, and to know, where, the potential students, right, maybe, and so on and so forth, right? Especially when you go into the dashboard of your accounts. Okay, so would you suggest we still have one very important point here regarding, it's going to be, again, just some tips, maybe one slide, right, regarding how to produce a video. And yes, I think it won't cost so much time, right? So I'm going to present those steps that we need to take into consideration regarding the, let's say, the video. And tomorrow, inshallah, by tomorrow, we should have some samples, right? Okay, there will be some kind of assignment, right? Home assignment to shoot a video, to introduce yourself again, as we did in writing, right, in the description, in the profile description. Now it's going to be great in the form of a video, because a video is required in all the platforms that we talked about. Okay, so let's see what are some of the criteria or checklists that we have to bear in mind as far as preparing your video is concerned. And later on, great, just maybe 3 minutes, and inshallah we open the discussion, to discuss all the points that we have raised in the presentation, in addition to the video, the intro video, right? Okay, so let me share the slides. Yes, here we go, the current slide. Okay, now these are the different tasks that we have for the workshop. Now we are here in the workshop related to preparing, right? Let's say a video, preparing a good intro video, right? To introduce yourself as a tutor. So as we said, it's very important to have your own intro video. And don't mention anything in the video related to the company, right? Don't mention the name of the company, so that your video, right, your intro video can be used in different platforms, okay? Otherwise, if you mention Preplay, welcome to Preplay, and so on, right? So it's going to be just for Preplay, right? So it's better to keep it general, right? So that it will work for all platforms. So these are some, guidelines from Preplay, and it's the same guidelines that you have, mostly the same guidelines you have to take into consideration in many other platforms. So keep your video, guys. If you want to record the video, I recommend, first of all, to record a video in HD, right? Let's make it a high definition video, right? So that the quality of the video is nice, right? If you don't have an HD camera, you can make use of I think we got an integrated camera in our mobiles. So make sure that you select the HD resolution, not that Ultra HD, just the 7/120. That will be enough and sufficient. And keep your video between 30 minutes and 2 minutes long, 30 seconds and 30 minutes long in terms of the video length, right? Okay, so all the platforms that I have seen, they don't, they insist on the size of the video, right? Okay, they say the video should not exceed 3 minutes, or some platforms say 2 minutes. So for us, let's make it just 2 minutes, 2 minutes video, or 2 minutes and a half, it's no problem. And record in a horizontal mode, not like this, right? Not the, in, let's say, in a portrait mode, but make it horizontal, right? Okay, wide screen, right? And also position the camera at eye level, right? Make sure that your head, right, from the head till, let's say, till the belt position, right, is captured. And use, right, neutral lighting in the background. Make sure that the lighting is okay, right? If maybe the sun, right, the sun rays, right, are projected onto your face, the video quality is not going to be that good, right? So it's the better if you have, natural light, right? Natural lighting is very important, and avoid having the lights, behind you, right? Behind you, it should be natural, right? And right in front of you, if there is low light, you can, you know, have some white lights, right, like LED lights, right, soft lights, you know, in front of you. It's gonna be good, right? Okay, so and keep smiling, of course, right, and avoid anything related to anything in terms of you know, in terms of the background. Avoid any kind of don't include such rich background at the beginning, right, when you want to apply. Okay, such a very, very rich background may not be you know, accepted. Try to make it simple. Either you have two choices, I think that Mr. Taoufik talked about before, right? Actually, you know, this background has been accepted, except you know, this new updates that they have, modification that they have added, which is the label that shows my name and so on. So don't include your name, behind you, right? Okay, avoid the name, grab it first or last name, grab, because they don't like any reference, any external link, let's say, to who you are. Okay, so avoid any kind of commercial brands or logos behind you and so on. Make it simple. You can just have like a map, some colors if you're targeting students and so on. And another choice, as right, we have tackled before, is you can make it simple, right? Very, very simple. Just have a solid white wall behind you, right? If the wall behind you is, you know, has got a solid white color or a solid blue color, it's okay, it's fine, right? And it's, if you want to make it better and more professional, you can have some shelves, right, where you can put some of the necessary books that you need from time to time, a dictionary or whatever and so on. A cup like this, you know, right, but not for promotional purposes, right? This is gonna be useful, right? Maybe if it's your business, but now you're working within a platform. Avoid any kind of logos or something like that. Again, right, no logos as we have here, no logos, links or contact details. Avoid any contact details. No slideshows or presentations. You're not going to present, right? Share your screen and so on, and right, just yourself present and speak and so on. And the content, in terms of content, these are some technical considerations. In terms of content, greet your audience. I think we talked about what you had written in the profile description is quite similar to what you're going to say. Just you're gonna make it more interactive and let you know, others listen to your English and pay attention to your pronunciation and your accents and so on, because they want to listen from you first, to listen to your English. And if you are satisfied with your accents and so on and your English, this is going to be a, you know, good touch, you know, to encourage them to book a trial with you. And highlight any teaching certification, present your tutoring experience. You may share your hobbies as we have seen before. And then at the end, invite your student to book a trial lesson with you, right? So these are, generally speaking, the main important criteria we have to take into consideration, the technical as well as at the content level. Something additional here, which is the last point I want to raise here. If you manage, it's gonna be a great idea after you present yourself in English to have some, you know, to have a presentation, a very short one in the Arabic language, because we are mostly, you know, we are Arabic natives, let's say, and we are targeting, you know, students worldwide. And also, right, you know, many of the students that would be interested in our profile are the Arab-speaking audience. The Arab-speaking audience are, you know, are much more likely to book, let's say, an English Arab-speaking person than a native speaker, right? A native speaker, you know, it can, you know, it's a competitive profile, but at the same time, you know, many, right, actually, many Arab, you know, in Arab countries and so on, they prefer someone whose English is very nice, but also who has, right, who is an Arabic speaking person. So that's, they can communicate and understand each other. Okay, so you can include short your presentation in Arabic, but make it short, right? Okay. You make it very, very short. You introduce yourself in Arabic, right? Assalamu alaikum, and then you continue. And then, okay, so you may close, right? Close up, let's see, your video, right? With the call for action again in English, right? As well as in Arabic. These are the main important things, Taoufik and guys. So now we can maybe have, some time for a discussion or any questions, if you have some.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Abdelouahed. All right. Indeed, the video should include only you in the background and nothing else. Very good.
Yeah, sure. Yes, background, not on you moving around behind you.
Yeah.
Or maybe some dirty, some laundry there, guys.
All right, so keep it professional and minimalistic. So we move on with the discussion. I don't know how much time we have left. I myself have many things to do, but we'll try to keep up with the training. As this is because there are so many things to talk about, so many things to say, so many things to exchange information about. But the time limits.
Right, yeah.
Michelle. So do you have any questions, comments about whatever, so that we could have a 5-minute discussion about what we've previously mentioned?
And we should agree, inshallah, we should agree on the participant who will take charge, let's say, of tomorrow's lessons, demo lessons.
All right. So, Ms. Afaf, you have something to say?
Yes, just I would like to ask please about resume and the portfolio, because before we did training about how to write a portfolio using it means data about us, but for me, when I wrote a portfolio, I did like when I wrote a CV or a resume. Is it the same, or there are differences between the two? And yes, that's it. Thank you.
So, Mr. Abdelouahed, are we going to answer each question separately? Or all right, just a brief answer to what Ms. Afaf has mentioned: a portfolio and a resume, or a CV. A portfolio includes documents, certificates, either online or in hard copies. And they show your experience,
pictures,
whatever the job. Pictures. So that is a portfolio. My whole website is a portfolio.
Videos too, maybe.
As an example. The whole website is a portfolio. But the CV or resume mentions specific titles with dates and with a very brief description to what the specific job or educational experience is about. So, and I've already mentioned the difference between a CV and a resume. A CV includes everything you've had in the past regarding jobs or educational experiences, but a resume is rather specific to the job you're applying for. If you are applying for accounting, just include everything that is related to accounting. If you're applying for a teaching position, include just relevant experiences to that, to teaching. So I hope I have answered. Probably Mr. Abdelouahed would add.
Exactly to the point. It's the same idea here. Portfolio is everything. Your experience. It's some sort of biography, concrete. Biography, that includes your. It may include your educational, achievements, great certificates, documents in particular, great documents, video, great photos, great your certificates, videos, activities that you have attended, conferences. All right, something that is tangible and so on. But for the the resume, as Mr. Taoufik said, it's relevant to the vacancy that you're applying for.
Indeed,
and for the CV, it highlights all the different great educational or professional experience that you have and so on, and trainings and so on. And those trainings may not all of them be relevant to teaching, right? This is exactly the point.
Ms. Afaf, as an example for a portfolio, is this website I've already shared with you before, I think called Badger. You could see here. So this website is a portfolio for certificates that are online. So we call them e-certificates. And these online certificates, they are verified. Once you, for example, this certificate here I've got from the e-teacher Spring Education Technology, etc. program from.
This is an example of a portfolio.
Yes. Yeah, this is an example of an online portfolio, and the whole website here is an online portfolio. It includes kind of like soft copies of your certificate. So we move on to any other questions by other participants, probably. If someone would like to refer to a specific session we've had earlier today or specific part of the session. So, Mr. Abdelouahed, I think participants are either have no questions or probably comments about the sessions. We could move on to what you've mentioned, which is give the chance to participants to work on demo videos so that they could present themselves on the
yeah, right. Okay, so for tomorrow we have I suggested here about 4 demo lessons, 15 minutes per each. I think it's going to be better. At least right, it's not that much, right? Which means mostly one should resort to, in terms of activities, to one specific activities, right? Targeting one thing, right, instead of a lot of things. And you will have an intro, right, to warm up, and then let's say the outro or the last stage, right, or production stage or communicative. Right. So guys, we need right now volunteers, inshallah, right, for the first demo lesson. It's going to be 50 minutes, right? We encourage the ladies to take part, and students and so on. Samir, Miss, right, Afaf, Mrs. Afaf, and others. Okay. Rashida too, right? Yes.
Okay, the demo lesson for 50 minutes? Only 15 minutes, yeah?
Only 15 minutes.
Okay, 15.
Okay, so
yes, I'm in.
All right. Okay, sure. So we got Rashida, 50 minutes. Let's respect the time. Let's start on time, and inshallah, great, end on time. This is part of the of the evaluation. Okay, we'll start at the same time at 12. 12 until 12:15 you should finish, right? Yes. Okay, next volunteer.
Right, I'm in, Mr.
Sure, great, Samir, yes. Sure, great.
How about the timing of the lesson?
Time of the lesson, inshallah, it's going to be from Al-Ghida and Rashida from 12.
Half an hour?
15.
15.
Rashida from 12 to let's say 12:15, and see Grace Samir from 12:15 to 30. Great. Okay. And next will be right, inshallah. Yes, who?
I think Mr. Aziz.
Aziz, great. I don't know if I've.
Hello, Mr. Abdelouahed, Mr. Taoufik.
Saeed, great. Yeah, Mr. Aziz, marhaba. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you admit me?
Sure, great. Yeah, see, Aziz, from you have the time of the lesson from 15:30. Great. Okay. From we say, what do you say here? 12:30. Yes, from 12:30, right, till inshallah 12:45, right? And the last one, right? I hope it's right. One of the ladies, right? Maybe the lesson will be from 12:45 to 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock sharp.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Samir.
Are we going to have, let's say, are we going to teach students or demo lesson right here?
Yeah, two.
Yeah, are we going to have students?
We'll have the same process, inshallah, right? Tomorrow we will have students, inshallah, on time.
Inshallah.
Yeah, they are good.
concerning students level, are they the same students as today or other students? Because
that's a big question. Okay,
yeah.
this is exactly what I'm trying to fix right now. The students that we had today, the students that we had today from Saudi Arabia, we have I invite them to come and be present also tomorrow, right? Normally for tomorrow, there are 4 students from Morocco, my students, whom I told, right, to be present. But actually, as I told you before, I can't trust, right, a Moroccan student what they are going to attend or not, right? So that's why I say that for those from Saudi Arabia to be present, right? So if you allow me, right, so just one second, I will contact the mother, right, the parents. Let's see one of the students to make sure if they she'll be attend, one girl. السلام عليكم اخت كريمه، كذا بخير؟ لاباس؟ كل شيء مزيان؟ بارك الله فيك، جزاك الله خير، الله يحفظك. كنتصل على ود سميتو، انا دابا في ترينين ولا وعندنا وكنديروا دابا مع الاساتذه كنديروا سكيدجولين ديال ديمو ليسنز اللي عندهم في ترينين. الوغ ديجا راه هضرت مع جرايت وام وكذا، وبغيت نعرف نكونفيرمي واش يحضروا ولا نخلي بلاصتهم شي تلامذ اخرين. ايوا عافاك، الا ما فيكسي لها المسائل الخاصه باللابتوب والكاميرا تكون خدامه وكذا، باش يكون الصوره تكون وايت سكرين، ماشي كما قبل درنا واحد الدرس تجريبي وديك الساعه كانوا خدموا غير التليفونات. اوكي جريت وام جريت. الوغ ان شاء الله اذا وام غتحضر معنا غدا ان شاء الله ابتداء من 12 ديال النهار تكون حاضره. عافاك. واش تصيفط بالنسبه راه لا لوسون غيكون في الزوم؟ الوغ واش ممكن، واش عندكم لا بوسيبيليتي تكونيكتا نصيفط الزوم في واتساب وتكونيكتا، ولا احسن تصيفطوا لي الايميل ونصيفط لكم لو لين الرابط ديال الزوم؟ لا الا غنصيفطوا في واتساب انتم تكونيكتاو من البيسي، سافي دير واتساب خصو يكون عندك في البيسي، سينون نصيفطوا في الجيميل في الايميل الا كاين تصيفطوا لي ونصيفط لكم الايميل ان شاء الله لو لين ديال الرابط. صافي وان شاء الله غير صيفطي لي الايميل فاش نصيفط لك ان شاء الله لو لين ديال بارك الله فيك. ما نعرف واش هي اون كونتاكت مع ميساء وكذا الاخرين وساره. ايوا عافاك الا تكلفوا فوالا قول لا وئام كان وئام ساره، كاينه وئام وساره وهاجر ديال فوالا هاجر علوان مع شكون اخرى وئام ساره هاجر، اعتقد هاد الثلاثه هادو هما اللي كاين شي وحده ياك كاينه هاجر وساره مردالي وئام. شكون الاخرى هذيك اللي ميساء ميساء اللي نسيت يا اكزاكتوم يا ميساء طبعا مع ثم وئام يا. اذا هما 4 هذوك عافاك غدا ان شاء الله يكونوا حاضرين. فوالا غنصيفطي لي ايميل غدا ان شاء الله الصباح، انا من الصباح غنصيفطو 12 ان شاء الله 11 دقيقه قبل الموعد يدخلوا باش الا كاين شي مشكل تقني. ميرسي بوكو، شكرا جزيلا، بارك الله فيك. Thank you so much, all the best. Thank you, all the best. Thank you. Okay guys, so هضرت مع البارنتس ديالهم قال لك غيكونوا رايت. حنا فوالا هادو اللي من السعوديه نخليهم هما نحتفظوا بهم غيحضروا ويستافدوا كذا رايت كما حاضرين حنايا، والاخرين الا حضروا نعطيوهم فرصه رايت. اتس غانا بي جود. وإلا كاين شي حد اللي واش كاين شي حد اللي كيفضل انها تكون جروب سيشن ولا تفضلوا انها نخليوها individual سيشن؟ شكون اولا المتطوع الاخير؟ سي عزيز. نو عزيز ديجا رايت انكلودد. باقي لنا واحد نمبر 4.
I just would like to say something, sir.
Yes, welcome.
I wish to do it, but I have engagement. I have to finish some
sure, no worries.
before tomorrow.
Okay,
so that's why
no
I excuse and.
Okay, I get your point. No problem. I see. Yes. What about Zahar? You're available? Is she here? Saeed, les autres, great الآخرون إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم سي عبد الواحد.
مرحبا سي سعيد، مرحبا. Yeah.
طلع لي كان ياكلش مزيان.
الحمد لله.
I'm sorry.
Welcome.
I just
no worries. No worries. I know that.
Just came out from the university anyway. I was engaged anyway.
Oh, great. I see your condition.
If you can just put me in the
nice
to know what is going on now.
Oh, now tomorrow, inshallah, tomorrow morning again at 12. At 12, we're gonna have inshallah, great demo lessons again. 4 demo lessons starting from tomorrow midday. And of course, tomorrow at 10. Tomorrow at 10, as you have in the program, we have sharing some examples, samples of videos, right? About intro videos in which we introduce ourselves as tutors. So for demo lessons from tomorrow, inshallah, at I said, great. Tomorrow at 11 normally, great. We should start at 11. All right. Demo lessons start normally at 11. I told her, great, 12. Okay. 12.
نخليوها
at 12 ونستغلوا الوقت اللي قبل. It's gonna be as you like. صافي خليها كأحسن، right. خليها 12 كما سميتو قبل. وديك ال 11 من 11 12 رايت. احنا مازالين محتاجين ان شاء الله رايت الوقت باش نناقشوا مجموعه ديال الامور ان شاء الله رايت. وغيكون عندنا ان شاء الله ايضا في المساء عاود غيكون رايت ساعه واحده خاصه بالايفالويشن وديسكشن ديال كلاس روم اوبزرفيشنز اند سو اون رايت. وغيكون واحد لا فورم رايت اللي ان شاء الله رايت غنقوموا به. السي سعيد is it clear right? Tomorrow now we still have one demo lesson left from 12:45 من 12:45 جوسكا الوحده ان شاء الله. Are you available?
The duration of the demo lesson.
Yes, the duration is
15, I'm sorry.
15 minutes,
15,
right?
15 minutes.
Yes, it means just try to target a certain item, lesson or structure or communication, whatever you want, or make it a game, whatever you want. Just one activity. Don't have much more, right? Otherwise, the time many more. Otherwise, the time is not going to be enough. So one activity, the introduction or warm up or whatever, right? And then the conclusion in which you write, sum up, write everything. Okay.
Okay, so I will try to do it, inshallah.
The target audience are beginners. It means they're third year middle school. They know the basics, alphabet, clothes, great brain, something about brain and so on. And, some of these Moroccan students are quite, some of them, right, especially one of them, can be in the Common Core, right? It's really nice, right? It's better than first year baccalaureate. It's one of them, right? One girl, right? She is very, very nice, hardworking student. Okay, so that's it, guys. Said, inshallah.
So I will be closing the list anyway. So I will
sure.
The last one to you. That's okay.
Tomorrow, 12:45, inshallah, sharp, right?
Inshallah.
Barakallah.
Thank you anyway. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let me share, guys, the form that I want you, inshallah, to for tomorrow. I will share the form. You can start maybe tomorrow I will send it so that you can express your ideas, the evaluation of the event, right, for tomorrow, inshallah, right? This is very quickly, right, the form that I'm sharing, right? Can you see the screen, guys? Can you? Okay, so I will send this event feedback, right, form. Okay, so you just need online English tutoring days and so on. You just need to select the best answers, right? Okay, to your reflections on the events and so on, right? Like this, right? Right, using stars, right, from 1 to 10. Okay, overall, how beneficial was the event? Did you benefit, right? How beneficial, how far, right? How much did you? Okay, so on and so forth, right? It's very short, it's not that long. So I hope, inshallah, tomorrow, right, you'll submit, let's say, the form so that we can have an idea about what went well and what went wrong so that we can improve ourselves, inshallah, and our events in the future trainings. Okay, that's it, right, guys? Anything to add, guys? Taoufik, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Abdelouahed. I think it's about time that we.
Yeah, it's time, guys. The Maghrib prayer is
been
soon.
2 hours and 15 minutes already. We have covered some very good points this sessions in the afternoon. I think we should leave everyone to have a great evening and night.
Yeah.
So everyone, you take care, take a rest also. reflect on today. All right, go back to your notes, probably things that we need to discuss tomorrow. All right, so please remind us about the level of the.
Great, yeah.
Mr. Abdelouahed has
one last point, because the Maghrib prayer is calling on, right? One last point. Now we have seen some basics tips related to the video recording, the video intro. I hope if anyone is going to, inshallah, right, find a way to record an example, if you want, right. هذه فرصة للجميع اللي participants اللي بغى انه يدير محاولة، فوالا يشوف واحد الانفيرونمون يكون فيها الضوء مزيان وكذا، ويدير واحد الريكوردين ديال 2 minutes انترو فيديو، وغدا يبارطاجيه معنا، يديروا في البيسي ديالو، نعطيه فرصه يبارطاجيه باش نعطيه قرايه ملاحظات الا كاين شي حاجه اللي غاف ولا ماشي هي هذيك، نعطيه ملاحظه باش ما تمشيش وتضيع الوقت نهار تبغي تفعل شي بلاتفورم وفي الاخر غايقولوا لك اغلب الردود كيردوهم على الفيديو ماشي هو هذاك، ما خصكش دير هذه بزاف رايت. اذا من هنايا نفيكسيو له مسائل ان شاء الله يكون خير. فاذا اللي غيتطوع مزيان هو هذاك، ما كاينش غدا في الصباح ان شاء الله رايت غنخليو دايركت لايف كما درنا مع البروفايل ديسكريبشن، غنخليها لايف وكل واحد نشوفوه نتفرجوا فيه يقدم راسه مزيان بطريقه جيده ونعطيو ملاحظات. alright, thank you both, great.
So,
yes, thank you so much, Aziz, Mr. Aziz. Thank you.
The level of the kids are they are beginners.
Beginners again, yes, right.
Right, so
beginners, and one of them, I say, one of them we am. Her name is. We got we am. All of them are kids, are females, right? Here in Morocco, all of them are females. We got we am. You know, Sarah, Hajar, and then right, Mesa, right? You know, most all. You know, actually, right, all of them, you know, their level is great. They study here in third year middle school, but they have been learning English maybe 3 years or 4 years before in the primary school. So ممكن تحسبوهم بحال common core، ماشي very childish things as we did. No، حسبوهم common core ولا تقدر تزعم معاهم حتى المستوى ديال سيزيام، راه النيفو ديالهم واخا هكا you know better.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you for your very interactive participation throughout the sessions this afternoon and in the morning as well. See you inshallah tomorrow for the morning sessions at 10 as scheduled. Thanks all for that. Thank you, Saeed and Aziz and everyone else.
Thank you all of you. Thank you, Saeed. Thank you.
So you take a rest, as I mentioned. You reflect on today. I reflect on yesterday, because tomorrow I think Mr. Abdelouahed is the last day of the training. So if you have any questions, we will keep in touch in the future with all the friends on Facebook or with some of the participants. So connections are important, you know.
Yeah, sure.
The most important thing about any training, any professional development training, anything that you take part of, connections are important. All right. And Mr. Abdelouahed has mentioned the card. All right. All right. So see you inshallah tomorrow. You take a rest.
All the best, guys. All the best. Thank you so much. Yeah. Allah, great. Ya Allah,